Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fish with Bish. It's Friday. It's 9 o'clock, the new time for the live stream. Welcome, everybody. If there's anybody there, always a dangerous time. It's like having a party when you're a teenager. You're just worried whether anyone will turn up. But as Guardian Adventures, go down before you, sir. Absolutely brilliant video of the babby. Absolutely stunning. What a star she is. If you put her in front of the camera, you get so many more. Allotment Live. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. Again, apologies because I'm having to read it over there and then speak to you over here. Because I'm using the laptop as well, I've got such a at the minute, I'm not down, as you can see, I'm not down in the tackle den. I'm in the newsroom head office, which is the kitchen. But welcome everybody, both of you. Welcome to Fish with Bish. Didn't know what we'd have a chat about this week, but I had a very strange experience this week fishing. Caught a hybrid roach and bream fish. Ripping Lips, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Just been saying I had a pretty strange experience this week. I caught what I thought was a world record roach. It was absolutely massive, but I think it's a what they call a hybrid. But I've got it on camera. It's coming out on the video, which I'm going to upload. I think possibly tomorrow, because with the live stream, I used to upload on a Friday. Now it's going to be a Saturday. My little bit of peace. How are you doing? We need a little bit of peace in this live stream, to be perfectly honest. If you don't know each other, say hello. Show a bit of love to each other's channels and things like that. You know the rules. You've all been there. We've all been on Monty's giggling live stream. I've got to be honest. I don't giggle, but I do laugh. If ever you see my dad fall in or anything like that, then you'd know. A few hours by the pool. The last time I spent a few hours by the pool, I was catching them bloody tadpoles. Speaking of which, they're not in here now. They're outside, but they're still in the fish tank, and a few of them have got the legs on now. So I'm going to need to release them back into the pond. So, where was you then? If you was by the pool, was you on your holidays? I tell you what, I'm going to have to be careful of putting things on the table because I can see the camera's rocking every time I touch the table. So, allotment life. No. Don't say things like that. Don't say things like that. I would as well. Not if your wife fell in. If my wife fell in, to be honest, I'd laugh, but then I'd run. That's what I'd do. On your hollybobs, where are you? Somewhere really nice, by the seaside or just a break? I've got to be honest with you. Allotment life. I think you'd probably push her in. To be fair, I've done that before and got into major trouble for that one. Oh, how about you, jet setter? My little piece of life on holiday. Oh, in the USA. Well, luckily, we don't have a satellite delay like they used to have. Otherwise, I'd be answering the question that you asked me the line before. Yeah, something like that anyway. Yeah, Seamus, as I say, what I should have done was got my act together and put a little picture up to show you. But I'm not joking, Seamus. It was, well, you know what I'm like. I hold the fish closer to the camera because it makes them look bigger. But if you imagine, like, it was a good foot long, sort of shape of a chub come roach, but it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I was stunned when I got it. Stunned. Your family in the States. Oh, lovely. Absolutely lovely. It's not hurricane season, is it, over there now? Oh, but how about that then? You lucky person. sitting by the pool in Florida in the USA, looking at Bish, bit of eye candy as well on there. But I've always fancied Florida, but I wanted to do. I don't want to do the holiday stuff. I think probably the fishermen who are in the I want to say audience, but that sounds pretty grand. But the fishermen who are in the stream would probably agree with me. I'd want to go out fishing and all that kind of stuff. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Uh, yeah, I've been out this week. We went to Huntington this week because we had to dodge the showers. And I could see that it wasn't going to rain. It did rain. I filmed it. I've just been saying to Seamus, and I caught this roach bream hybrid, amazing fish. I caught it on camera as well. So I thought it was a world record breaking roach, to be honest, when it first came out. I was gobsmacked, but you'll see it when I put it up. I'm putting it up this week. I was on the first pool as we went down, and I was on the corner by the gate, which is my favourite peg. The one that goes the gate, and then you've got the sheep, and you've got I think it's a swan pool up the top. And I was right there on the corner. Stupidly, yeah, is a story for you. Left my keys in the ignition of the car, and I had to get Spartacus to push start me backwards down the hill, which was I wish I'd caught that on camera. Oh, Seamus, you got to take me to that. You got to take me to that stream, mate. You got to take me to that stream and teach me how to throw a lure, because I've done it, but obviously a long, long time ago. But yeah, I left my no little piece of life. I appreciate that you're not a fisherman. Also, when if you go somewhere like that, if you're not into the sport, you ain't gonna want to go on the rivers and all that kind of thing. But they've got them little canals as well, which I find amazing. And then you could go shark fishing. Oh, apparently, Mike's just asking. Mike was just asking, did I have to jump start Spartacus? Sometimes I do in the morning. If you look at him when he's in, it's ever so strange because if ever I do some filming in the car, he just looks dead straight ahead, and it's like I've got a mannequin in the car. I said to him, "Dad, why don't you speak?" Anyways, he says, "You can do enough for both of us, so don't have to." So fair enough. There you go. I've got to be honest. I like my life. I'm also surrounded by canals in Birmingham, but I don't fish them. I really don't fish them. So I should do. I should get out there because I know I mentioned this guy last week, but the Black Country Piker on his last video, the canal was clearer than the rivers. It was amazing. Yes, Mike at Huntington, I had a superb mirror of about. I'm not very good at this, and I always overestimate, but I think it was about 11, 12 pound. It was the first fish I caught. No, second fish I caught, and I was doing was setting up my rig and just testing it out. Two dead maggots, and I caught 11 pound carp on an elasticated pole. Just took me all the way. It took me where it wanted to be honest. It was only because it gave up that I caught it. But that again, I caught that. I didn't catch the catching on video. I got a picture of the fish on video, so that'll be up as well, as I say, tomorrow. I've got lots to do tomorrow. I've been penciled in on my list of things to do the garden as well, which I'll be doing. My little piece of life would probably appreciate this allotment life and things like that. I am going to do a run around of the garden. It just needs a bit tidying up first because I'm doing a lot of stuff in the tackle den, and that's why I'm up here still. So I've heard my little piece of life that the traffic. Well, no, it's not in Florida, is it? It's LA that the traffic's really bad. But no, I hate traffic. It's why I fish where I fish because I can fish the other side of Birmingham City, but it means going through town. No. I think I'm a country boy at heart. As I say, when I show you pictures of my garden, you'll see. There's nothing out the back of me, or it appears like there isn't, because there's no houses behind me. It's just gardens. So I'm in Quinton, mate. So I'm right by Junction 3 at the M5. So for me, like, it's really easy to get around. But as I say, those fisheries that are on the other side of town, not interested, to be honest. It's not gin and tonic; it's water, I promise you. But yeah, if you've not hit the like button and all that kind of thing. But there's not many of us here, so we can have a good old chinwag. Um, just a quick update on. I know I keep saying this, but I have got videos coming about how-to videos. I've got a load of them on the way, but I want to have them all together so I can release bang, 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 straight through. And I need the tackle den to be done. I'm just setting up a how-to bench so I can have sorry, you can't see my hand. So I can have a camera above me as I'm working, and I can have one behind me. I have a rig so it can look straight down, that I've made myself. Everything I do is done on a shoestring and second hand and things like that. Probably you gardeners out there who appreciate, like, making do. You just make do with what you've got and what you can beg, steal, and borrow off friends and stuff like that. So yeah, but I'm loving it, to be honest. Absolutely love this. I love this YouTube thing. I was a bit nervous about doing live streams, um, but when you think that, like, you've got a lot of, or you guys, which are here for me, like-minded people who are just nice people from all around the world. My little piece of life's in Florida at the minute. Where you from? Uh, Hang on, I do know this. No, I don't. No, I thought I did. My favourite fish to catch. I've got to be honest with you, mate. Most of the fish that I really like to catch, I love perch, but I don't get big ones. Are you coming in?
Hi guys.
This is my youngest daughter, Kate.
Oh,
Who are these people? My little piece of life is in USA on holiday. Allotment life. Brain or up along. And then we've got Mike, who's local to us, and we've got as guardian. This is my youngest daughter, Kate. She's got a bit of a cold, I think, or hay fever. No, I'm better looking, I think. How brummy are you? But yeah, Seamus is just saying, how's it going? As guardian of church. I think, Mike, you're from Birmingham, aren't you? Round by us, actually. No, thank you. The dangers of doing a live stream. I know how Monty feels now. Northfield, Mike. Yes, I remember you saying, actually, Mike. Because it's not ready in the tackle den, is it? So yeah, the tackle den. You know, the tackle den. The garage. I call it the tackle den. But anyway, go away now. Go away. Go away. Go away. Yes, you do have weird elbows. Oh, good grief. No, you're not, to be honest. Oh no, eldest daughter's just come in. Are you just going to pop your head round? Come on, pop your head round and just say hello. And this is my eldest daughter, Isabel. Yes, boy. Shut the door on the way out. Behind you. But Yeah, Kate's 12, Isabel's 17. Uh, got me work cut out there. Yeah, they've gone now, thank God. But I forgot where it was. Yeah, Mike asked me favorite fish to catch. Favorite fish are perch, but I don't catch very big ones because most of the places I fish are commercial fisheries. Um, so no, Seamus is the one to watch. If you, Mike, watch Seamus on Asgardian Adventures. You watch some of the fish he brings out. These. Okay, I think it's wrong to call it a stream or a brook. Even I think it's more likely to be called a trickle. But if you look at some of the size of the fish that Seamus brings out of there, I think the wild perch and the wild roach are much better, to be honest. But I don't fish rivers very often, so most of my fish are caught commercial on the pole. But I'd say probably favourite is perch of a decent size. But anything's welcome. I like to catch quite a few different species as I'm going along, to be honest. I hate it to just be carp, 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 unless I've got a new piece of kit or I'm doing a tutorial or trying to do a tutorial on video where the swan pool at Huntington is the best for that because I just know they like piranhas and I can catch. I don't know if you've seen the video, but I caught 34 in an hour. I actually just set the camera up and just let it run for an hour. I caught 34 carp of about £2, £2.5, something like that. But then that's without me really trying. That's me messing about in different spots and whatever. But that's pretty cool. Do you know what, Mike? This has puzzled me, and me and Dad were talking about this because I did a video at where was I? Wassell Grove, which is another one which is close to me, on the bottom pool. And I think it's because if you ask Seamus, he'd probably say um, you probably Seamus would probably say because he catches most of the bigger stuff he's caught on lures. If you look at, I don't know how many videos you watch, but if you look at Carl and Alex, and you look at those that they've caught in Holland, I think it was, and one of the guys there bought a 7.5 pound perch out on a lure, and I think most of the bigger perch get caught on lures, and when they get caught here, we tend to catch them. I'm sort of speaking for you as well. I think we tend to catch them on a piece of meat or on maggots or a worm. I think the bigger ones get caught on lures or a big, big dendrobina worm. Do you know what I mean? A big bugger. But I think you have to get through those little fish first. But when you're fishing with a lure, they follow and they can only be a certain size to attack that lure, and I think that's why the bigger fish are like that. Do you know what? I agree with you totally. Mike's just said people who can't be able to read the thing. Mike's just said he's had thousands of perch, but never in my life won over a pound. But surely there must be a good load in the pools. There should be a load in the pools, and they should be as fat as anything because with the amount of fry that are in the pool, like carp fry, the amount of tadpoles that are in there, the amount of maggots that get thrown in, the worms, the meat. I've even caught perch on pellets. You'd think that'd be massive. I don't know. Do you think the fisheries take them out? Don't know. I have had one over a pound at Huntington about a year and a half ago. I think I've got that on film somewhere, or I've got at least got a photograph of it. And he was an old warrior. He was. He was a funny looking bugger. Happy Fishing UK. Welcome to the live stream, my friend. There's a good point there. It's just saying that use bigger hooks for bigger perch. Use a size 4 wide gap. problem is when you're fishing on a when you're fishing on a commercial fishery, normally the biggest is a 10 or a 12. Normally, I do like wide gape hooks though. I've got to be honest with you. I'm with you on that. I love Kamasan wide gape hooks, but again, I only probably the biggest hooks I use are 14s. That's about it, really. Let's just see what Seamus is saying. Yeah, that's a good point. That is Seamus. Actually, to be honest, you'd think with the amount of bait that goes in that they would be doing it, but they probably only get big if they're eating sort of I don't know minnows or do you know what I mean or like you say a wider variety of bait because I think this is why people catch them on prawns as well because I think they do the crayfish as well. Yeah, you're right, mate. Yeah, it's a valid point that is, and a lot of just following on from what Seamus has just said on there. Um, what Seamus has just said there, I go to a fishery called Bell's Mill, and John there, because obviously it's a commercial fishery, he takes a lot of the very small carp out and sells them on to other places and moves them into his match lake. So a lot of the fry that would be in a lake, yeah, you're right, they get moved, or sickly fish are taken out as well. So yeah, there's some good points there, guys. To be honest, really good points. I don't know if Mike's. Do you, what do you think about that, Mike? I think Seamus has hit the nail on the head. To be honest, I think if we want to catch bigger perch, I think we need to be like in wilder venues, and I think this is probably why you get bigger perch in. Following on from what Seamus says, is why you get bigger perch in reservoirs and like natural or big lakes and whatever. It's probably why you get them in you get bigger perch in canals and also in rivers or even the streams or the trickles that Seamus fishes in. I wish you guys had seen some of those videos that Seamus has done. He's also done one dressed as Thor. Now that is something to behold, to be honest. But I don't know about you, Mike, but that has made a lot of sense to me. What Seamus and Happy Fishing UK have just said. Thinking like, if you like, thinking like a fish, or thinking like a fish. They aren't, are they? They aren't going to get that big. I don't know. I don't know if Seamus can help me out on this because he seems to be the fish lord or the fish dictionary. But I don't know how long lived perch are. So I don't know how long it takes for them to get up to these big weights and everything. And I seem to remember, I don't know how old you guys are, but I seem to remember there was a perch kill off about was it 15, 20 years ago or something. Some disease or something killed a lot of the big perch off. So I'm not, I might be wrong, but I seem to remember that from. It's got. I was going to say when I was a youth, but 25 years ago, well, I wasn't a youth. So yeah, I seem to remember that. I don't know if anyone else remembers that. So, but yeah, so I don't know how long it takes them to get up to those kind of weights. I know there are some certain lakes that you can go to that are predator lakes. I don't know how they'd manage a predator lake, but I know that there's somewhere you can go and there's perch in there and there's pike in there as well. Do you know what? My little piece of my little bit of peace is bang on. I seem to it being like a nematode worm or something like that. So 10 years plus. Yeah, yeah, I remember that in the 70s. I wasn't alive in the 70s. I don't know what you're talking about, Seamus. It's all in the past. I read it somewhere. 70s. Yeah, that's when I would have been fishing, like with pinching bread, half a loaf out of my mum's bread bin, and disappearing out the back door on a Saturday morning at 5 o'clock, and not reappearing again till God knows what time on a Saturday night. That's what I used to do. So yeah, I just seen what Happy Fishing UK has just put £2 on a perch. That that'd definitely be my personal best. I think the biggest I've had in a lifetime. Really, is only £1.50. So I really could do with doing some wild venues. I need to do that. Just as a point of interest, I've got some tech videos coming up as well soon about how I put a video together and things like that. That should be quite good because like people often ask me, how do I edit the videos? Where do I get my music from? What cameras do I use? Also, there's new tech coming. Drone. I'm talking drone footage of me. I'm not going to fly in the air. I'm just going to hovering in front of me. And I've also got underwater camera as well, which is coming, which is here. I just need to suss and work out how it works. So people appearing in the kitchen, going through really, really quietly. Seamus, are you on Twitter? I don't think I've looked for you on Twitter. But anyway, oh, my little bit of piece has just said, take a trip to Florida and fish the lakes there. They have bass. They have the largemouth bass and all those, and they have. Do they call them redfin over there, or do they still call them perch? I know it's redfin in Australia, I think. Oh, what I'll do, Seamus, I'll search around. I've got to catch up with a lot of videos actually this week. There's people I've not watched and stuff like that, and I'm trying to get my. Hello, Keith. Sorry, mate, you snuck in there. Snuck in there. Everyone say hello to Keith Bishop. Uh, he's no relative of mine. I have nothing to do with him at all. Nice to see you, Keith. Thanks for coming in. Please hit the like button if you can. Thanks very much. But yeah, Mike's saying there's also alligators in Florida. Yeah. Oh, anyone else fancy that? Oh, imagine that going down the Everglades and all that kind of thing in one of them. What do they call them boats with the big propeller behind? Is it called an airboat or whatever it is? Yeah, that looks brilliant. Yeah, lots. Oh, my little piece of life just coming up with a nice stream of things there that I wouldn't like to meet in a dark alley. Snakes, wildcats, bears. Actually, I would love it. Actually, and also this is where I'd be stood behind Seamus. Aren't there loads and loads of escaped or released boa constrictors? Aren't there some big anacondas there, and they're like prolificating? I want to say because they've got no natural predators and they're growing to immense sizes. But yeah, as I say, I'm standing behind Seamus on that one. He can take the hit, but oh, bears. I was watching. Does anyone else watch Joe Rogan? He's does a brilliant podcast that he puts on YouTube, and he was talking about a bear attack. Scary, scary thing. Burmese python. Yeah, I think they're allotment life. Anacondas are in the Amazon, but people have released them into the wild, or they've flushed them down the toilet, or do you know what I mean? But as I say, they're just because there's no natural predators out there for them. They're just growing to immense sizes. But yeah, um, something else that's as I say, I've got the underwater camera as well, which is going to be coming into its own soon. Yeah, I probably could. I'm big enough to be a bear, to be honest. Um, yeah, that, as Simon says, the snakes have become a real problem because of the pet trade, and I think they tried to introduce some kind of license, and I think people just let them go. They just released them out there. So yeah, it was. It's not a good thing. It's a bit like in the I think it was the 60s or the 70s. People had to have a license to keep wild animals, so like the big cats or lynxes and panthers, and then people let them go. And I think this is why what we're seeing when like cryptozoology, if you like, where the beast of Bodmin and things like that, and they do think that they could possibly be these remnants of a breeding population of wild cats that have interbred. So you've got pumas and things like that that have interbred. But people say, well, how come we don't see them? But if ever you walk through a wood and you keep to a path like most humans do, 10 foot either side of you, something could be. You wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I'm not a tracker. I'm not Tarzan. Uh, and you just wouldn't know. I've been up to Scotland, and there's a beautiful forest up there, and it's designated as a no light zone, I think it's called, or a star zone, or it's a national park. Uh, and we were there at dusk, and you couldn't see anything. An animal could be walking beside me, and I wouldn't have seen them. We're sort of we're so set. Our minds are so set that there should be light all the time. That like I honestly believe there are wild cats. I believe in Bigfoot, the megalodon. What else is there that I could believe in? Uh, Jumping Jack Flash or wherever it is. But oof, allotment life buying a Black Panther. You crazy fool, you. Have your hand off. I've always been an animal person, but having said that, we haven't got any animals at the minute. We haven't got a cat, we haven't got a dog or anything like that. I think up until now, this point, we've just not had the time because of work commitments and things like that. My my wife Libby, she does over 60 hours a week. I used to do over 60 hours a week, not anymore. My little bit of peace. Where was your old village? Was it in the West Country or down that way, or no booze consumed? I bet you there was. Oh, allotment life. You're either very, very foolish or very, very brave. South Wales, see, I could believe that. I could believe that. Beautiful part of the world as well. But if you imagine uh, the Wales that I know, the South Wales that I know, obviously the big towns are something else. But there's little pockets of people living, and there's vast areas of I can't say untamed wilderness in Britain. It doesn't work. It isn't. It isn't true. But there's empty spaces. There's a lot of empty spaces. So, but yeah, it's a beautiful part of the world. I see. I'm with you. Oh, what's in my pocket? Do we see? What's in John's pocket? It's all right. I've been working with cables today, so. Yeah, the Gower. Seamus has just said the Gower Peninsula in South Wales. Oh, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The beaches, the landscape. I love the sea. To be honest, hopefully, fingers crossed, in about 8-9 years, we will be moving down to Cornwall. But we're stuck up here, as far away from the sea that you could possibly be. I also love sea fishing. We're going on holiday to Cornwall in August, and I'm taking Spartacus with us. But there'll be lots of videos of me and Spartacus fishing in the morning off the rocks. We won't catch anything. We just won't catch anything. But there'll be lots of videos of us fishing off the rocks. But and also we're going to do a sea fishing trip as well. It's all right. This light's just shining in my eyes there. What can we do without it? Oh yeah, it's all right. It's a bit darker, but yeah, summer solstice. It's still light outside here, so. Actually, Seamus, isn't that what you mentioned last week about where we could go for? Like a get together. You get a few people, see if they fancy turning up at to do a bit of camping. I mentioned it to Libby, and she said, "Please go, please go." I didn't hear her say come back. I've got to be honest. So my UK homestead, waving back at you. Yeah, thanks for coming in. Please hit the like, join in the conversation. We'll have a bit of a chinwag about the lovely places in Britain to visit. Oh dear. Yeah, it's I do apologise. What I do when I'm on the live stream, I'm doing what I would do if, say, I was watching Monty. Where is he? Where's Monty? I'm doing what I would do if it was Monty's live stream, where I'm reading the comments and I'm thinking, "Oh," when I should be speaking. I do apologise. Money out of my pocket. That's strange, that, isn't it? Kate on the back of the neck. Wherever there's money, we call her. What do we call her? Well, anyway, she's a money grabbing sod, to be honest. Um, oh, love Somerset as well. My UK homestead, love Somerset. We had obviously, as we passed through, because we always staycation, if you like. So we always stay in Britain, or we have done recently. In my younger days, I've sort of lived abroad and everything, but in right now we always stop at Burnham on Sea, because I refuse to go to service stations on the M5. I just refuse. They're overpriced. The people are horrible. We always stop at Burnham on Sea on the way down and have our breakfast there and have our what's it break. Also, Dunster as well, Dunster Castle. Oh, it's beautiful there. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, that is where all the Brummies go. I agree with you there. It's that. Uh, is it Breen Sands? This is why we bypass it. This is why we only stop for breakfast, to be honest. So, yeah, we stop for breakfast, have a little walk along the beach, uh, stretch of the legs, back in the car, and then a couple of hours down into down into Cornwall. We're going to can't remember. Can't remember where we're going this year. But Libby will tell me. Libby puts a little pack together so we make the most of our holidays. Don't know if you like do this, but we get the map out. We have a look what's close, what we can do. Me and Kate bodyboard. Uh, she's getting older now, so I haven't got an excuse to go in the water and bodyboard. But I've got to be honest, I'll do it myself. We used to spend 4 hours at a time, and we'd come out, we'd all be wrinkly and stupid, great big grins on our faces. Love it, absolutely love it. And obviously, me being the shape I am, imagine me in a wetsuit. If I lie down on the beach, people are trying to refloat me like a whale. So Western, yeah, Western was always if there was a day trip to the seaside from school, it was always Western because it's the quickest seaside for us to get to in the Midlands. It's straight down the M5. So yeah, yeah, we used to do rail as well, but I think it's changed. It's not as nice as it used to be. I don't know. I haven't been for a while, purely because everyone said, "Oh, it's not as nice as it used to be." But my UK homestead. I don't know if you saw my. I did a video from Lime Regis. We had a day out as a family. Drove all the way from here, from Birmingham down to Lime Regis for the day. Absolutely brilliant, brilliant place. Walk along the beach, and there's fossils. There are literally fossils just hanging out the rocks. It's the most bizarre thing. You're walking along, and it's ever so strange because you're walking along the beach, and there's like people who obviously know what they're looking for, and they're sat with a little pile of stones in front of them and a hammer, and they're just knocking these stones, breaking them up. I watched this one guy do it. He broke it open, and there was a beautiful ammonite in there, one of those little circular things. And then we walked further along. There's a massive rock, and it's just covered. If you, I'm not saying it so you go and watch the video, but if you look at the video, I've got some shots of that big rock, and it's just the most amazing thing. And Lyme Regis itself is pretty. It's a beautiful place. I hope he has a good day fishing. Am I buffering everybody? Buffering? No. Yes. No. No. Today I've spent 2 hours. As I say, I was working with cables today. I'm trying to run a Earthnet cable from the because I have Virgin broadband, and if I plug it into the hub, because I'm on fibre, and then I run a cable down into the I call it the tackle den. You saw Kate laugh. Is that what we call it? Yes, it is. The garage. I should be able to have a pretty good feed down there. So this is what I'm after, so I can actually do the feed sorry, the live stream down in the garage. Uh, oh, brilliant! That's all right then, no buffering. But yeah, anyone up to anything particularly brilliant? I don't want to hear from my little bit of peace because they're on holiday. Talk to that by the pool in Florida. Anybody else? Is it Lynn's? Anyone else but Lynn's, please don't. If I see your name up there, everyone, you're getting a time out, I'm telling you. But I hope it's lovely over there. A friend of mine went once to Florida, and he told me he could almost set his watch. I don't know what time of year he went. You could almost set your watch to a downpour at about 5:30, and it'd be a mad, mad downpour. Lasts for about 10 minutes and then stop. Right? Yeah, Lynn's. Anyway, don't want to listen off Lynn's. Thank you very much. With the unless you can tell me about that whether that's true or not about the rain. Oh, I'll have to watch them. I will watch them, Lynn's. As I say, I've been a bit watched it this week. I've not watched a lot of videos this week because I've been desperately trying to get these videos out. I keep promising people, and they're not they're not ready because I don't know if anyone else does this. But I'm trying. What I'm trying to do now is bulk do a few videos. So on one day, I might try and do about 5 videos, 6 videos of about 10 minutes. And then I'm thinking with the how-to videos, like the instruction type videos, they might be easier to edit. So, hi David, how are you? I saw you on. Did you pop into Coles this afternoon? I haven't seen him for ages and ages. Where's he been? Yeah. Oh, Seamus is doing a brilliant challenge at the minute. Yank your crank isn't as bad as it sounds. It's a challenge where when they say yank your crank, it's like you're bringing in a lure, and someone sent some lures all the way around the world to different parts of the world. It's a brilliant idea to try different places to see if the same lures will catch fish everywhere. And that's just a brilliant idea. But yeah, are you David? How are you? Nice of you to come in. Please hit the like, hit the thing, and all, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but as I was saying, what I'm trying to do is do some videos in bulk because when I do the fishing videos, if you imagine, I try and video because I don't know when I'm going to catch something. I virtually have to video the whole day. Then I have to go through all the footage and chop out all the boring bits because people will go, "Oh, Bish, you catch a fair few fish there, don't you?" I do because you're seeing a whole day in what I tend to do about half hour, something like that. So you're seeing half-hour chunk of my day. You don't see me having to try and set up the cameras, pick that up, drop that off, all that kind of thing. Then I have to get back, and then I have to edit and everything. So I'm trying to do it slightly differently. It's still going to be the what's it videos. I'm trying to be a bit more informative on the videos as well, but we'll see. I'm too scatterbrained to be honest, so I'm all over the place. So I'm with Linz. This is what I want to try and do because Linz has just said I bought record videos, then split them up and schedule them up. That's a brilliant idea because then you haven't got to worry and you know your videos are going up at a certain time. I try and put a video up on a Friday, and I'm going to do this live stream every Friday now at 9 o'clock, unless obviously I'm out. Well, I'm not a social butterfly, so I'll probably see you every Friday at 9 o'clock. But yeah, but because then things overtake you, then you're thinking, I need to do this, I need to do that, but I'm going to be a lot more sort of strict with myself, and hitting myself and things. So. Sorry, I'm doing it again. Where I'm reading I'm trying to catch up again. Sorry, because I go off on these tangents, and I go off on my chat and stuff like that, and then I need to catch up with what people have written. Right, Seamus, can I make a quick suggestion to you, bud? When you say battery power, is that in your camera or your phone? Because my suggestion is, I have a thing called it's like a big battery block, um, and I can actually run my phone. I don't use my phone for. I'm lucky enough that I managed to get hold of a camera. but I don't use my phone. But when I've used my phone before for, I use my phone for time lapses. I can plug it into this block, and it's brilliant. I can get at least 4 full charges from my phone out of the battery block. It's called Black Web, I think it's called. But it's a brilliant piece of kit. But I can also charge the GoPro up with it. There's quite a few things it'll work on, and my cameras I've all got spare batteries for. See, you saying that your camera takes double AAs. What you could do is get a because I had the same situation with another camera I had. You can get the ones that are plug into that are rechargeable, and you can get them and they plug into this battery pack. My my UK Homestead says, "What app do you use for time lapses, Android or Apple?" What I did, it's on Android, but it's also available for Apple, and it's called. I haven't got my phone. Uh, it's called. I can't remember what it's called, but it's pretty good. It's you can set the frame rate so that you can have once every 5 seconds, once every 3 seconds, and stuff like that. And you'll go, no, it's not the dark web. God, no, it's not the dark web. It's an actual battery pack. This is how dark web it is. You can buy it from Asda. The dark web. I ask you. Look at me. There's nothing. There's nothing dark about me. Yeah, but oh god, I wish I could remember what it was called. I think it's called. I might be wrong, but I think it might be called Create. What I'll do is write me a comment in this one. Just write what was the app, and I'll get back to you on it. I'll find out. I promise I'll get back to you because it's a cracking piece of thing, and it's something else that I got off eBay, which is an amazing piece of kit. Is it's like an egg timer with a camera hole in the top, and what you do, I've got the thing that you can hold your camera in like a holder. I screw that on, turn it, and then as I'm doing a time lapse, sorry, you can't see. As I'm doing a time lapse, that looks like a lens. It's actually a cup. As I'm doing a time lapse, it turns, and the camera's on the top. So as it's time lapsing, it's taking pictures all the time, and it can do a 360. So for in a garden, it'd be amazing in a garden, especially if you were working in a certain section and then moving along, and you've got the time lapse of it following you. That'd be amazing. It'd look really good in a garden, I think. But yeah, and that was that only cost £4. I search and search for things that I think are going to make my life easier and try and make the videos better. But obviously, with not having thousands and thousands of subscribers and all that money rolling in and stuff like that, well, all that money. I know it's difficult, but money coming in to pay for all these bits and bobs. So yeah, you have to be careful. Oh, eldest daughter's in the live stream. Hit the like, please. Hello, father. No, you're busy. Can I come into the kitchen and get my sticky toffee pudding? Yes, Izzy. Yes, you can. Be prepared now for the opening of cans because she won't make her own custard. The ripping open of a sticky toffee pudding because it's got to be microwaved, and the noise of the microwave. Is she coming? Oh, here she comes. But children. Here she comes. I'll ask her, Linz. And she's now just telling her mom what's going on. But I forgot where it was now. No, she's totally thrown me with a sticky toffee pudding. Yes. But yeah, I've totally lost now where I'm going. Could you do me a favour before you do that? Could you just go and get my phone? It's on my bed. Because I said to someone I'd tell them what this what's it was. We have got some serious. Thank you, Mike. Yes, they have no respect for their elders. Would you respect me? I don't know what anyone else got for Father's Day. I got a couple of t-shirts. I got a Papa Bear t-shirt, which I was going to wear tonight, but I got all my dinner down it. And then I got a dad taxi one, which was off Isabel because I pick her up all the time. Right, excuse me. I'm just going to go on my phone. It's literally just so I can tell. It's called Time Spirit. Just see if there's any sensitive stuff on there. No, I don't know if you can see. It's that. That's the logo there. Time Spirit. Absolutely top. You can have it that way or that way. That way's better. And as I say, I have it on this thing, and it just turns like that. And that's pretty cool, especially if you're taking pictures of the sky or you wanna show movement. That's her piercing the top of the sticky toffee pudding. Yeah, Lynn's has just asked. You can have it, but you've got to share it. So you've got to show it on the camera before you leave. Okay, so everyone can. Let me catch up with the chat now. Yes, thank you, Seamus. Please hit the like, hit the bell. If you're not if you're not joining the community, I nearly said it there. If you don't not join the community, please do hit the bell. You don't want to miss stuff. We've got some. I have got some news videos coming up soon as well. As I say, it's all sort of everything's sort of. I don't know about anyone else, but everything's sort of meshing together now, so that the tackle den that Katie pulled me on the garage is nearly ready for me to film from any direction. I've got the bits and bobs that I need to do. As I say, there's some drone footage coming as well soon, but I need to get to grips with how to fly it and where it's safe to fly it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, random noises. You can now hear the beautiful sound of the microwave ASMR video. What you can't see is Isabel dancing across the kitchen while she's waiting for the ding of the microwave. Yeah, my UK home said, yeah, try that Time Spirit out. It's pretty cool. Um, you always seem to need to leave Time Spirit. You need to leave it longer than you think you do. You think, oh, 10 minutes, But if the clouds are moving slowly, then you're not going to get much. If they're skidding across the sky at a speed, then it looks pretty cool. So can you be a bit? Mike said, could you just be just that little bit louder? still not as bad as Monty's. When Monty's kids come in, they take over. They really do take over. They make me laugh. Mike, I'm going to. We're doing Bell's Mill next week. I don't know if you know that at all. That's a cracking fishery. That is. I've still got a video in the pipeline from there. Oh, thanks for dropping in, my UK homestead. We'll see you real soon. Please come in next Friday. We'll have a different chat. Hopefully, there'll be a few more people to mix with and everything. But it's been great. Thank you very, very much for coming in. I'm sorry about Isabel being here, being loud. So, yeah, thanks, Kelly. See you soon. Thanks very much. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, as I was saying, sorry, again, sidetracked. Oh, here we go. You wanted to see the sticky toffee pudding. Oh, it's going all over. Sticky toffee pudding with.
No, I'm gonna get new spoon now.
Oh, but yeah, Bell's Mill, absolutely top place, mate. Absolutely top. They've got a specimen lake, which is pretty big, but not very deep. These are both spring fed. These are two lakes. Sorry, right by the canal. Also, I think I spoke about this last week. They've got a specimen lake where you can fish overnight. You can fish for a weekend. You can fish for 3 or 4 days if you want to. They've got some massive carp in there. And then they've got the what's it like? The Match Lake, which has got crucians. It's got silvers, silver bream, roach. It's got some decent perch in there. I had one come off. We're talking about perch. I had one come off. It came up to the top. I am not kidding you. It was a good 30, 40 centimeters long, about the length of a rule. And I saw him come up. I think I've got it on camera. He come up, he rolled, and he went back down again and come off the hook. But yeah, he's got some nice perch in there. He's got Gold North in there as well. And what else is in there? He's got loads and loads of different stuff in there. But I had a great day's fishing there, and because I do the videos and John knows that I'm okay, he sometimes lets me use a keep net. You can't use a keep net normally, but he lets me use a keep net so I can show the fish at the end. And I've got some. I think there's some pictures on my Instagram and there's some pictures on Twitter where I actually show. I've got a group of 5 crucians all in a row. They're all about a pound each. And then I've got a row, and then after that, I took another set of pictures of some silver bream all in a row on the net as well. And just a brilliant day, absolutely brilliant day. And as I say, me and Dad are making our way there. And I've got to be honest with you, mate, I think it's going to be probably Thursday. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. It normally depends on the weather, and it normally depends how tired I am on a Wednesday because I work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So. Yeah, it's a real mixed bag. You're right. You're right, Lindsay. It is a dad's job to eat to taste it. She could have been poisoned. Could have been poisoned. I love crucian carp as well, Mike. I don't know whether we get the true crucian carp. Thanks, David. Yeah, please hit the like, everybody. I know there's not hundreds of us in here, but it's just nice to have a chat. I've got to be honest, Mike. I don't think we see the. Yeah, it was massive. I don't know whether we see true crucians really anymore in these mixed fisheries. I don't know. I don't know whether anyone else can raise a light on this. I think unless they're an isolated population, I think that there's a lot of crossbreeding goes on. I don't know if you saw that. Oh no, I haven't put that up. I've still got the video to show with the mutant fish that are caught. Or have I put that up? I can't remember. But that's a cross between a crucian and a goldfish, and there's like a fantail So yeah, I'm not sure whether they're true crucians anymore. Thank you very much, Allotment Live, for coming in. Really do appreciate you coming in. Thank you very, very much. And it's nice to just have a little bit of a chat and things like that. I don't know whether you guys think I should have a theme when I come on, something to talk about, or should we just go wild? Should we just go off piste and just talk about anything? Is that the best way to do it, you think, or should we have a? I think what I might do is have some surprise facts to my fingertips. Oh, 43 crucian carp. I love them all. I love that, that delicate little bite they do. And like, you've got to get it just right. When just very quickly for people who are interested in this kind of thing, when I'm filming, it's not a true reflection of how I fish because I know I say it quite often on the videos. If you think, um, very rude, don't you dare. But say a float is sticking that much above the water on the video, I have to do that because otherwise you can't see it. Normally, I have them dotted down a lot smaller, but you'd never see it on video. So I tend to have them up there. So I only really react to quite strong bites. So it's quite difficult crucian fishing. Yeah, fun day Friday. We should call it Fun Day Friday, shouldn't we? Excuse me, having a drink. Oh, brilliant. You'll have to let me know, Linz, what you think. Especially, you could do it on the beach. You could do it with sunsets and everything. But when I first got it, that's what I started doing because I was trying to do it with a camera, and you had to like set the thing on the camera, and then when you're editing it, you have to stitch all the photos together. And then I got I got that time spirit on the phone, and it was just amazing, just absolutely brilliant. And you could get some cracking shots, really good shots. I've got one of a storm coming in. So like it's really blue sky, and then you've got these dark clouds coming in, and then it starts raining, and then the rain comes up and over. Nearly broke the camera, but my phone, but it was pretty cool. Right, let's have a look. Where are we? Downloading it. Monday, Friday. Seamus, brilliant place to catch gudgeon. The biggest gudgeon you've ever seen in your life. Again, it's commercial water, but that's Huntington on the top pool, the very top pool. They grow. I'm not joking, you mate. They're about that long. I think the world record on a gudgeon. I did have a list of world records about me somewhere, but I'm sure a gudgeon's only 5 ounce, and these can't be far off 5 ounce. I've got to be honest with you, mate. These are big gudgeon to the to almost where I thought they were baby barbel, but obviously you've got the markings on the side. They've only got the two barbels, rather barb. Oh, I don't know what they're called. Anyway, but yeah, bullheads. I haven't caught a bullhead in years and years and years. Um, we used to call. I don't know whether these are the same. Actually, I don't know whether Keith or Mike can help me out on this. When I was little and we used to fish on the rivers, we used to catch what do we call them? Daddy Ruff. Daddy Ruff. They looked a bit like a perch, but they got really mad fins all over them. Yeah, get off. Go on, sod off. Excuse me. Sorry. Pop-ups. I hate them. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, they're normally the first fish that turn up at night, Mike. They're normally the first fish that turn up, uh, and that's when you know that the other fish are there. Yeah, I don't know whether Yeah, when I were a lad, I used to I used to ride up the hill and buy a loaf of Ovis and then ride all the way back up. Oh no, that was an advert, wasn't it? That weren't me. That's it, grass perch. No, they're not common, are they? And also the bullheads and the stone loaches aren't as prevalent anymore, are they? They're just I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's pollution or habitat or I don't know what it could be anymore. From I tell you what, we used to catch all the time, and they were a pain in the arse. Bootstraps, like little tiny eels, and like you catch these little eels, and they go like strangely they go up your line. Like, so they'd be hooked there and they'd be up your line and you couldn't get them off. You have to wait for them to dangle them and need a big wooden spoon. Yeah, bleak. Um, Last time I fished, oh no, I think no, I used to catch quite a few bleak. To be honest, still see them. When I went to the River Severn, there was still quite a few. They tend to stay in the edges, don't they? I think that's why the perch are after them. And again, probably Seamus will back me up on this because he's probably the only lure fisherman in here at the minute. I can't see anybody else, but a lot of them are like bleak or minnows. The lures are. I wonder what's right with the stream or the river that's by you that the bullheads are doing well, but I know they're. Yeah, the River Severn is great for eels. That's where I was on about. Um, and if someone was fishing, it was ever so strange. If someone was fishing with floating bread, trying to get some chub to take them down the river, you could see these little eels coming up, and they were all over the bread, and they'd be over the top of the bread and everything. So, like, what we used to do was we just used to throw an actual slice of bread just to see the eels feeding on them. You don't see that anymore. Don't see that at all anymore. Anybody else got anything that we can chat about? I've got to be honest. I was thinking about the live stream and what I could chat about because I'm trying to think of things like obviously when there's a little bit of a lull in the conversation, what could we talk about? And actually, we've hit on the one that I was saying. Oh, hang on, here we go. Yeah, I always think that. Oh my goodness! All right, Steve, how you doing, son? Black Country Pikers here. I gave you a shout out earlier, mate. We were talking about fishing on canals and things like that. And that last one, that water was so clear. That one where you pinch that guy's pike. Don't want to bring that up, but there you go. But yeah, it was Angler Liam. Hello, how are you, sir? Thanks for coming in. Um, yeah, Steve fished this brilliant canal. Where was it, Steve? Obviously it's got to be local to us. You're just back from work. Dedication. Uh-huh. Dedication. By the back, yeah. I often think this is going to go over loads of people's heads. This is, but the Black Country Museum, by where me and Steve and a few of the other guys live. There's um, there's a section in the museum which is around the canal, and just if anyone's watched Peaky Blinders, it's where Peaky Blinders' yard is shot. But I've been there during the summer, and that whole section there, you can see loads and loads of fish because the water's pretty clear there. loads and loads of fish in the actual canal inside the museum. I was thinking it'd be brilliant to have a bit of a competition there using old style fishing gear, dressed up in Victorian get-ups. That'd be just amazing. A great day. But anyway, it's just being fishing and all that kind of thing. Well, we a lot of the guys who are in here, we don't fish the rivers anyway. Seamus did. Seamus does on As Guardian Adventures. Follow him. You won't be disappointed, honestly. Absolutely brilliant. Um, but I still celebrate the 16th of June, regardless of whether I'm going to be on a river or not. Because as I was saying, when I was a youngster, we used to skip off school. My dad used to know. Yeah, I sort of almost got a pass for the 16th of June to play truant from school to play hooky. Kid Dorian from Tipton. But I think the Black Country Museum like to fish there with old style roach poles and I don't know, really old style reels and things like that. Would be brilliant. I was just reading what Liam says. Don't fish rivers either. I'm same person who fishing on internet and just changed my name. So who are you then, Liam? Did we meet? Did we? Yeah, just watching Steve's and Seamus's chat here. I can't get over our. Ah, how you doing? You all right? Yes, yes, Liam. I do apologise. Do apologise, my mate. Yeah. What I was saying, I went to Huntington this week. I fished it on Thursday, yesterday. Yesterday, had a great day. Um, we're going to Bell's Mill next week on Thursday. That's another great fishery to try a pole out on and stuff like that. But next time I'm going to Huntington, I'll tell you, and we'll meet up. Definitely meet up, and you just have to play with the pole, mate. I'll take a spare with me, and it'll be brilliant. Shatmus, did you're saying about the challenge? Did you catch that on one of the Yankee Crank lures? That perch? Oh, well done. They'll be made up with that one when you put that one up, Shatmus. When's that coming up? Just answering a few questions and I'm going along here. You want to try night fishing, but God knows what that was. Um, Right, Seamus did catch it on the lure. Has Huntington got a specimen pool for potential carp? There's no specimen pool at Huntington. They're all sort of real mixed bag, except for the one which I call the kids pool, or it's the pool where I test things out, or if I have a challenge or anything like that, I use, and that's just full of carp. But that's all. They're all of about the 2-3 pound mark. So that's the one. If I'm testing new kit out or anything like that, I use that. But no, they haven't got a specimen pool. Bell's Mill has. They've got some cracking big carp. Yeah, Liam, I'm the same. I'd love to do an overnight fish, but I wouldn't want to do carp fishing, to be honest, mate. I'd rather fish all night using one of them little. I want to call it an isotope. I know it's not an isotope, but it's something like that, and it's one of them little lights that you put on top of a float. I'd love to do proper float fishing at night and see what I could get, but I wouldn't. I don't think I could just camp out and go carp fishing. It's not my kind of fishing at all, to be honest. Thanks for coming in, Keith. We'll see you next week, mate. If you're about, please come back into the live stream next week, and we'll have a good chat. So get back ready for tomorrow. Are you fishing a competition tomorrow? Something I'd love to get back into match fishing. I'd love to do that again. When you get to my age, um, sporting competition isn't really there for you, but fishing would be, to be honest. So did they really? Oh, yeah, I do a lot there, to be honest. I've just I don't you weren't here at the time, but Steve, I've got a drone which I spoke to Mark about, who's the bailiff there, and because I need somewhere to practice. Obviously, it's a pretty good drone, to be honest. So I need somewhere to practice, and that'll be the place that I'll do it at. Yeah, Boston Lakes is somewhere I fished when I was fishing competitions, and I was on the corner of the big lake, right on a corner, and I literally at it's when I used to fish with a rod and line rather than a pole, um, and I had a fold up chair, but it was so shallow that I took. Please don't get excited. I took my trousers off and sat in my boxers with the chair in the water up to my knees, and I fished one side then the other, and I had 130 pound. On one side I was catching carp, and on the other side I was catching bream, and I was just alternating it. Every time it went quiet one side, I went the other side, and it was just amazing day, absolutely brilliant day. Boston is a brilliant place to fish, but it's just that little bit too far for me to fish in the week because that's when I fish. I don't fish at the weekend, so. Is that what they're called? Isotope? Is it an isotope? The thing that you can light up? I think it's one of them that you break like the kids' bracelets and things like that. You break and shake, and there's a little thing like that, and it just sits on top of a float, and you can fish at night with it. They're pretty cool. Yes, that's it. Sorry, um, Liam's just saying that he put it on the end of his feeder rod, so you can see the feeder rod going round. See you later, Keith. Thank you very much for coming in. That's it, Starlight. Thanks, Keith. Oh, look, he's parting shot and he saved our lives. Yeah, that's what it's called, a Starlight. I've still got some somewhere. I don't know if they're any good anymore. They've got to be about 20 years old. So, Mike, I have fished Larford. I fished Larford back in the day when I used to do a lot of match fishing. I did fish Larford. I didn't do too well, but I think everything was against us. It was like in the winter. It was freezing cold. I think there was even ice on the lake in different places, and I still caught a few fish, but it wasn't anything special. But I haven't been there for an absolute age. I think Liam, they're stocking it with big bream because uh, aren't they hosting feeder championship this year? I think I might be wrong, Well, I watch a guy called Jamie Harrison on the Catch Fishing channel, and he's a good friend of mine, and he's really into his. That's a brilliant channel, by the way. Um, and like me and Jamie have known each other for years now, and I'm sure they're going to start doing feeder championships at Larford, and that's why they're putting the bream in. So. 20-pound bream. That'd be like dragging in a dustbin lid. Hey, what's Steve going on about? Have I missed something? I've missed something somewhere. Oh, are we talking about them starlight things? Is that what we're talking about, Steve? Um, I did do Paul Hall at Alverley, and I took the cameras. I'd rather not. Let's just put it this way: I decided not to put the video up, and it's not because I don't want to say, to be honest. I really, it just didn't live up to, because I fished it. You see, I fished it. I used to fish there regularly. Again, when I was match fishing, and it's not the same place. Not the same place, but there are some bit. You're right. There are some lumps in there, some big fish in there. Yeah, that's it. That's it, Liam. But it's something that I want to get back into. Is feeder fishing. I want to start using a I forgot what it's called, a what's it feeder. Anyway, I want to get back into it, and also Steve as well. I want to. I promise. Well, Steve has said that he'll teach me how to pike fish. Um, that'd be great. That would absolutely brilliant. I need to. That's it. Cage feeder or a method feeder. But I need to. I've still got my feeder rods and all that kind of thing. But it's just when you fish the small commercial lakes like I do. Fat man fishing. How you doing, sir? Thanks for coming in. Other side of the world. This guy. Have you just got up, or are you just going to bed, or is it dinner time? I have no idea what time it is by you, my friend. Absolutely no idea. Mike, some good places for going fishing. Try Alvechurch Fishery. There's I don't know if you read any of the angling papers, any of the angling magazines or anything like that. But there's in one of them, I think it was the Angler's Mail. They had like a little booklet, and they had for the opening of the season, tick off the species that you've caught. Well, on that first page, I could have ticked every single species that was on that page from Alvechurch Fishery. This is what I caught. I had a bream, a perch, a silver bream, barbel, carp, F1. What else did I have? Roach. I had a rudd. How many more species do you want? And I had a gudgeon. I just absolutely everything. It's a bit expensive, but it's a brilliant day's fishing. That was on the Arrow Lake, and also bonus on this. There was a kingfisher flying across in front of me and Spartacus. Also, they have a calf as well. Sandwiches, sausage and egg sandwich. Right, sorry, I've got to catch up with the what's it now. As going as I was trying to catch a pike on a fly fishing rod spoon. My daughter got me one for Father's Day. Oh, did she? Did she go out and buy it herself with the money? I don't think so. Do you know what we could do? Me, Seamus, and Black Country Pike Steve should all get together, and I could be the poor man fishing of you two. I'd be like the you know the little tag along kid that you always used to hate having with you when you went fishing. Oh, it's dinner time. Fat man fishing, dinner time. Yeah, it's what time is it? It's 10:30 here on the evening. Right. Steve's asking anyone know where anyone could catch a golden tench in the Midlands? Um, the only place I know of, but it's not in the Midlands. I know they have them in. No, I don't know where that is. I've got to be honest. Don't know. Don't know. 5:30 p.m. in Pennsylvania. Do you know what I love? I know I've said this before, but I love the fact that people from all over the world, totally different cultures, backgrounds, all that kind of thing. We all come into a live stream and we're just people having a chat about fishing or we're having a chat about well anything. I mean, I've had a right ramble tonight. Sorry, I keep touching the table. If I touch the table, what's this? It's like I'm on a boat. I'm gonna need a bigger boat. But Lavender Hall. No. Thanks for coming in on the live stream. Please hit the like. Please hit all that kind of stuff that's going on around here. Lavender Hall. No. Whereabouts is that? See, I'm trying to widen my range of places that I'm going fishing. I'm trying different types of fishing as well instead of just sticking to the pole. Um, you're right there, Steve. It's the whole thing. My mantra is when I started doing YouTube. I was to say I was a technophobe was an understatement. I could only just, I mean, I used a computer for work, but everyone can use their computer for work, can't they? You just like robotically press this, and you know what's going to come up and everything. But I had to teach myself how to edit. I had to teach myself how to talk on camera because I'm shy. No, I've never been shy. I've got to be honest with you. But and my mantra is I want to teach myself something new every single time, every single day. I try and teach myself something new, or learn something new, or try something new. So, Coventry CV11. So, yeah, we were talking about earlier about I don't like going across town because I'm on the other side of town. I'm sort of Quinton side on the M5 side by Junction 3. And if I go that side of town, because I pick Libby up from work, and say, for instance, there's any bad traffic or anything, I can't get back again. So I tend to stay my side and go that direction where there's no traffic. Excuse me. So, but I'm yeah, I'm on that side. There's is it Packford, not Packford, something like that? Is it over there? Yeah, Fat Man Fishing. You get on really well with Steve, who's the Black Country Piker, and Seamus, who's Asgardian Adventures. They both are brilliant lure fishermen. If you saw, I know I keep going back to this, but if you saw Seamus's Asgardian Adventures, if you saw where he fishes in these little brooks and these little streams, he'll drag a trout out, a brook trout, um, or a nice big redfin or perch, as we call them, or a pike, out of the smallest waters you've ever seen. Um, and Steve, oh, if ever there was, if on all the videos I've ever seen, if there was anyone who cared for how the fish are put back in the water, because it's mainly, I've got to be honest, I'll just call you Fat Man. I know it's not very nice, but if I know it's mainly catch and release here, you see. but Steve takes so much care in putting his fish back and looking after his fish. He's like it's second to none as far as I'm concerned, and it's good to see. It's good to see. Um, I'm just catching up. I'm sorry, chaps. I just need to catch up on the. As my plans were gone, skips pull away, and I completely agree, Steve. I love that. It is a learning curve. You've got to teach yourself something new every day, because otherwise you stay still. If you stay still, you're not going anywhere. Um, I agree. I don't know how you say that. Emissul, is it? Yeah. When it's windy, Huntington's the devil. But if you hit it on the right day when the weather's nice, it's brilliant. But no, you're welcome, Steve. As I say, I just love the fact that how you look after those fish. And that poor one was it his gill plate, and he was hurt on there. But no, he looked like he was surviving. Though. He looked trim enough. He looked fat enough. Really, it didn't look like it was stopping him eating. I tell you what, I started seeing some of the smaller fish in what's it with bird strikes on. They definitely look like a bird strike to me. Oh, he's been caught since, so he definitely survived it. I embrace Batman as the same. Do you know what, mate? What can I say? What can I say? I should be chubby man fishing, I think. I agree with you. I agree with you, fat man. It's if you see, I'm of the view of we're very very quick to judge people over here, like people who hunt and people who take fish and whatever. But my view is if you're a hunter and you're hunting and you I don't know you bag yourself a deer or a turkey or whatever it is you're hunting for, and you take that home and eat it. Someone tell me, in all due conscience, that that animal that's lived in the wild and had a wild life in the open air and everything is better than a cow taking a bolt to the head or a pig taking a bolt to the head that's lived in a shed all its life. Horses for courses. But also with fishing, if you're taking a fish to eat at home, I have no issue with that. I have no issue with that at all. As long as the stocks are okay and it's done properly, I have no problem with that either. It's when, like you say, people and I'm sure Seamus and Steve will back me up on this, and all the fishermen. All right, Luke, thank you. All right, that makes it easier. And Luke and Liam and all the guys who fish are in the stream now. If you, I don't think there's one person that likes the thought of just the fish just being like swung around and everything. A lot of the fisheries now are telling us that you've got to, even on the smaller fish, you bring them in with a net, just so they're not hanging from the hook in the mouth, which is going to rip the lip and all that kind of thing. Um, but there you go. Do you know what? Liam and Seamus have just made some brilliant points. Um, Seamus has just said, I'm going to agree with this anyway because he's agreeing with me. So I agree with Bish. I felt that Steve's video, there was a fish. He had to put it out of its misery because it just weren't going to survive. And to watch something, a living thing, just wither away isn't right. It isn't right at all. Liam's made a brilliant point as well. If you look after the fish, they look after you. Yeah, it's like he's saying, you look after the fish, look after you, and you can capture them, and then you can capture them again, and then your kids can capture them, and then do you know what I mean? They're there. Like it's like when I watch RKJ fishing in Australia and Robbie fishing when they're after the crayfish. There, if they get a hen with eggs, they put it back and things like that. It's all about looking after the environment and looking after stocks of fish and animals and everything for the future. So listen, Fat Man Fishing, I really appreciate you coming in. Thank you very, very much. And I'd love to see you again. I genuinely love this live stream on a Friday. It's brilliant. It's going to be every 9 o'clock, every Friday at 9 o'clock. Please come in and just have a chat because I just love hearing about what's going on over your side, or over your side of the world. It's amazing talking to guys from the other side of the world. What's all that about? And I'm not on the phone paying for it. I love it. No, thanks very much for coming in, and we'll see you real soon. Thank you very, very much. Guys, we've done an hour and 40 minutes. I'm going to give it about another 5 minutes. So if anyone's got anything they want to say or anything that they think we can have a chat about next Friday, I will have we'll have a bit of stuff ready to one side, and we'll talk about it. What I'm going to do, I think I'm going to have all the UK fish records of how heavy they are. So if anybody wants to come in and they're wondering how big is the biggest perch in Britain, how much all that kind of thing, I'll have all those stats with me next week. So right, let me just catch up again. Right, where are we? Fat Man's gone. Mike, thank you very, very much for coming in, and we'll see you soon. Luke, pristine fish. Do you know what, Luke? You've hit the nail on the head there. When I'm catching fish and I'm bringing fish in, and then I pick them up, and sometimes they've got like someone's not looked after them. Especially this is carp mainly because of the shape of the lips on a carp. And he's got no lips and everything. And I'm just thinking, why tear that fish apart? That's when people are using too heavy lines, really, to be honest. All right, so look, Steve, I was simply are not big enough to catch and cook. No, they're not. Eastern European people need educating, not battering. They're really huge, and they do catch to eat for free. I agree totally, Steve. I think it's education rather than annihilation. Don't know where I got that one from, but no, it is education because it is thought that I know that was it. I don't know whether there's a chain here called Home Bargains or somewhere was actually selling gill nets. I'm sure and they had to pull them off the shelves, or it might have been Aldi or somewhere. Someone was selling gill nets in Birmingham. But yeah, I remember that. But no, you're right. Our waters aren't big enough. We haven't got the big expanses of water or the fish stocks or whatever. Our fish stocks are going down, especially into the rivers. Some of them are coming back though, and I know some of the pollution is a lot better than it has been. Yeah, Liam, I got two girls. They were in the live stream earlier. If you look back, you'll see Kate and Isabel. Isabel came in and made sticky toffee pudding and made a right row, to be honest. Thanks very much for coming, Steve. I'll see you real soon. I'll see you on the next video, mate. And please come in next Friday if you've got time, mate. We'll have another bit of a chat. Oh, hey, Mike, that's a good one. The guys, fisherman, Seamus, Steve, Liam. Mike's just said, how about we have a chat next Friday about the change in the close season? I know there was a big debate this year, and one of the magazines was doing I'll look this up. That's brilliant. That is, Mike. That's a cracking one. I'll look it up and I'll see what people have been saying, see what the press have been saying, and what some of the big names in angling have been saying, and the angling trust as well, and people. and see what they've been saying. That's a good one to have a chat about, that is. See you later, Steve. Thank you very much for coming in, mate. Liam, nah, the girls, aren't they? I hate to say that, but they are. Isabel came with me and Spartacus. Those of you who don't know, Spartacus is my dad. It just looks like an old Douglas. But we went fishing at Huntington for an afternoon, and she caught 25 carp of about £2, £2.5. This is in that pool that I keep on about, the swamp pool. If you've got kids, take them to there because they'll catch all day and they'll catch a lot of fish. And she had a competition with her granddad because obviously I didn't fish because she was only about 5 or 6, and she caught 25 carp. I beat her granddad by 3 over I think it was about 3 hours, and then she'd had enough, and she's never been since. She had a good time at the time, but and I just can't get Kate to go. Can't get Kate to get out of her room, to be honest. But there you go. Luke, remember Pilkington Comp years ago at Huntington? Oh, Luke. Is that who you are, Luke? Is that who you are? Ah, oh, Luke Hens. How are you, mate? I do. Luke's referring to, I've got to tell you this is a brilliant story. We set up, I can't believe it's you, Luke, but we set up a competition. I was a manager of a warehouse at that point for Pilkington. And we set up a competition at Huntington, and it was all going brilliant. All the lads that worked there in the warehouse, we were all up for it. We was going to have a great time and everything. We got to the day. Oh my God, it was blowing a bloody hoolie. It was about 40, 50 mile an hour winds. There was waves of about a foot high. And I think Wayne won it. Wayne won it, didn't he, Luke? And I'm convinced he brought them gudgeon with him. I reckon he had them gudgeon in a flask. We lasted. There was about 10 of us fishing. We lasted about 5 minutes. Gave up, and a lad called Wayne was the only guy who caught anything. It was too gudgeon, so we just let him have the money. But I'm convinced he had him in a. I'm sure he had him in a what's it? He had a. The gudgeon in a flask, I reckon. Oh, Luke, it's brilliant to hear from you, mate. I hope you're doing well. Are you still there? Right, see you, Seamus. Thank you very, very much for coming in, mate. I'm going to call it a day myself in a minute. I can't breathe hardly. But no, thanks very much for coming in. Hopefully, see you next Friday. If I don't see you on Friday, I'll see you at the on your next video. But yeah, we'll have to get in touch, mate, because I'm available. Just to let you know, I'm available on Wednesdays, Thursdays, or Fridays to like come over to you, and I can stay till about it probably get there in the morning. I'd stay till about 2, something like that, so I could get back. So there you go. But thanks very much for coming in. Liam's made another good comment there as well. We could have a chat about this if you remind us next week how much these places make and how they should be looking after the not just the road down to the pools, mate. Look in general, how they should be looking after things. Oh, you're in Redditch, mate. Lucky you, so best thing I ever did was get out of there. But yeah, it's lovely to hear from you. Absolutely lovely to hear from you. We will, Luke. My dad still talks about. Do you remember when we went to? Oh, where did we go, Luke? It was no, it wasn't Boston, was it? I can't remember where it was. We had a great day, didn't we? I had a rubbish morning, and then started catching in the afternoon. Not Willow Mars. No, it was miles away. No, it weren't miles away. Woodlands View, was it, mate? For those of you who are still in the stream, there's only a few of us left. Me and Luke used to work together, and we went out on a fishing trip with my dad. We will, mate. We'll have to meet up, Luke. As I say, I tend to only fish during the week. I don't know if you have days off in the week. It'd be great to meet up. Yeah, it was Woodland View, wasn't it? I remember it now. And that really was a good, yeah, yeah, Woodland View. Yeah, it was, when it, mate. It was great. Yeah, it was. Listen, guys, thanks for coming in. Luke, do me a favour. Say hello to everyone for me. I don't know who's still there. Is Jane still there? I think I saw someone from one of the from National. I think I can't remember who it was, but I think she's still there. But listen, guys, I'm gonna bring it to a halt now. Thank you very, very much for people who have come in and stuck with us, and it's been great. As I say, it's every Friday, 9 o'clock, and I'll see you real soon. Thanks very much, Luke. It's been brilliant. Thanks very much, mate, for coming in. Do you watch the videos? I'll just hang on and get some answers off Luke first. But do you watch the Fish with Bish videos? And does anyone else know? That'd be interesting to find out. And if so, get them to subscribe. I hope you've subscribed, young man. Yes, yeah. Yeah, everyone else moved on, mate. Some love to Jane. She's done well to stay there that long, because I know she, like, it used to stress her out quite a bit. Is John still there as regional, or is he gone? What? Lins, thank you very much. Watch my videos. They're rubbish. Cheeky. Cheeky. I tell you. It's over there. You're drunk now, aren't you? In Florida. What time is it there now? Are you on the evening now, or? I have no concept. Do you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to get three. What's it's up here? Three clocks. UK, London. No, I was going to say Paris and Munich. That'd be no good. London, America, and somewhere else. That's what I'll do. 4:30 p.m. Oh, it's over the yard arm, is it? Yeah, thought so. How many years ago did he, Luke? Brilliant. Never liked him. Got to be honest with you, mate. Always thought he was a bit dodgy. But anyway, thanks very much for coming back in, Linz. I'm going now because my throat is dry and I need a drink. Luke, please comment on the videos, and we'll get a bit of a chat going, and well, we definitely meet up, mate. Definitely meet up. Great stuff. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming into the live stream. I am going to end it now, and it takes a while for it to end. So I press end stream, and it says, "Are you sure?" And then I go, "Yes, end." Ta-ta for now. You're drunk, you are, Lynn's drunk, I tell you.